Okay, guys, Shams is telling us the Grizzlies are, for the first time, open to trading Ja. Shams says multiple teams are pursuing Ja. They would want draft picks and young players. There's a chance that he could still be here. Okay, fine. Look, none of us should be too shocked here. I mean, he did just have the 40 against the Sixers where he was just getting downhill repeatedly, floaters, pull-ups, tough layups, scoring around Embiid, some blow-bys on their guards. That was the one snapshot in recent memory of Ja looking like what he was many years ago. For the most part, it's been he's just not as good of a player. The jump shot never came around, missed a whole lot of games, off the court stuff as we all know. Most charitable take you can give to Ja there is, well, he just clearly doesn't want to be there, the vibes are off, and if he goes somewhere else, he's going to be re-energized and he'll just be better. There could be some truth to that, but I'm still going to be concerned. And he's got 2 years in his deal after this one. They're, 5 games below 500? And actually, its rival executives believe they would prioritize picks. I mean, you've seen the tweet, you know what it says. Again, it says that they're open to keeping him, so just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm not going to say that a million times. Maybe I still will. You got all the Desmond Bane picks. Well, you used a couple of them to get Coward, so okay. You're really betting on Cedric Coward becoming an all-star. It could happen. He's been good this year. Because Jaren's good, and he could also still make more all-star games in his career, but I don't know if Jaren's ever going to be good enough on offense to really be the second best guy on, let's say, a deep playoff run team year after year, because it just comes and goes. Sometimes the drives and the handle look really clean. Other times it's kind of awkward. I guess your other bet is Zach Edey becomes so physically overwhelming versus NBA big guys that his offense just goes crazy. Besides that, Aldama's nice, Cam Spencer's nice. Anyway, who are some teams for Ja? I mean, it's just anybody where there's some sort of a void at the guard position. I mean, you immediately think of, would the Wolves be interested? I mean, similar to Trey, he's very expensive. Again, he's just not as good as he used to be. If you want to believe that's more so, he just doesn't want to be in Memphis. I think that's the most optimistic take. I think we've got years of evidence going in the wrong direction, and the Wolves would have to move a lot of money. They'd have to get smaller. I lean towards they probably just don't want to entertain that. I have similar feelings about the Rockets. I know there was some theorizing, could the Raptors have wanted Trey instead of Quickly as their point guard? Well, there was no offer. And I don't know if they're going to feel that differently about Ja. I mean, as I take a scan around the league, and look, I love to do this with guys who get in trade rumors. I always love to just shoot down ideas, and, well, what do you know? They get traded. I see the Kings, and I don't want to believe that it's just the Kings. And part of me believes that the Kings have been forced into just a new belief of we're bad, let's just get draft picks. Or I should say, let's try to get picks for our vets and probably fail based on what we've seen them get for them trading to get Levine and DeRozan. Sabonis, who knows, he's under contract for a long time. But I'm like, man, would it be the Kings? Would they try their own version of the Russ thing where they're sending out money, they get Ja, they could probably just not play him that much this season to ensure the tank, and then next year they go into the year with high draft pick and Ja and Keegan and Maxime Reynaud. If Sabonis is still here, Sabonis might still be here. I mean, a Ja-Sabonis fit on offense, if Ja is good, does make some sense. Defensively, good luck, but okay. But I keep coming back to, we just saw teams with some sort of void long-term at the guard spot with Trey, and, well, there was only one offer, and it wasn't that great of an offer. So, I mean, CJ will help the Hawks, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, look, it only takes one team. I've seen a little bit of theorizing about the Heat in the 4 seconds I looked on Twitter real quick. I mean, okay, besides the obvious of, in their new offense where they don't run screens as much, that doesn't really fit into what Ja does. I mean, I guess the optimistic take would be, well, the floor is spaced out so he can just take guys one-on-one. But, Ja doesn't want to do the read and react. Everybody touched, they just did that in Memphis, and he hated that. And then also, I don't know, my theory with Miami is I just think they're going to just kind of sit around for a while, and when a star becomes available that they want, they're going to hopefully go all in on him. I mean, if I'm thinking I can get Giannis, and I know Giannis just had that quote of, I don't want to go anywhere, it's all right, bro. Maybe I believe you, I don't know. Then yeah, you're going to think about that more so than what Ja Morant is in 2026 being available. I mean, the Bucks might be the biggest candidate for a desperation trade in the league. I still think they need defense more than anything, but they need a lot of things. They are 9th in defensive rating in their last 10 games, if you want to care about that. I mean, if the Suns were not this good, maybe they would have considered it, but they're not doing it now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, I don't want to underrate Ja Morant, and I don't want to imply that his career is just going to be irrelevant for the rest of this thing. I don't want to believe that because the dude was just so electrifying for a time there. And again, he did have the 40 against Philly. And maybe I'm just completely wrong. And again, Shams has said that there's multiple teams. So, hey, maybe I'm just being too cynical, but we'll end up seeing what happens.